And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. We got to get there. We're doing great. So hit subscribe, watch, comment, and share because the insanity, it doesn't stop. Look, Fox News, they're at it again, claiming that they are a reputable news source while all they do is spread misinformation and lies. Now, when speaking about Fox, you've heard me often commend Jessica Tarlov for putting up with her idiot co-hosts, and this video is no different. To try and prove how crazy Trump's moves are, she went through Trump's latest actions. Phenomenal. Play the clip.
Okay. Let's say a Democratic president had absolutely no respect for Congress, a co-equal branch, appropriating funds, right to determine tariff policy. You'd be saying, what is this? This isn't what the Constitution wanted. Let's say that a Democrat was deploying the national. Yes, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
Then you're a bad constitutionalist.
Oh,
Let's say that a Democrat was deploying the National Guard to cities controlled by Republicans. Let's say that a Democratic president was shaking down private businesses and saying, give me 10% of intel, and maybe I'll make things more favorable
That's
for
not shaking
you.
Down.
Yes, it is. Let's say that
you're
he made
applying
you
a veneer
comment.
bias to every one of these things, and then you expect us to agree with it.
It
Doesn't work that way.
exactly what Donald Trump is doing, but in the form of Barack Obama on the 11th anniversary of Tansuit, I might add. Let's say a Democratic president said, I would like to control what goes in our museums. I would like to control American life on campuses.
We could play this dystopian universe forever, but it's now 5:27.
No, he didn't. They're saying, sorry, we have to go. But you know that if a Democratic president was doing any of these things,
you can't read my mind.
You would be outraged.
No, you can't read my mind.
I know you well enough.
No, you can't read my mind.
Yes, I know you very well.
Typical chick.
Oh, you.
All right.
You have now absolutely gone too far.
He's such an asshole. Meanwhile, Jesse Waters is on the other side of the spectrum of Fox, a complete and total idiot. Tried to claim that Cracker Barrel ultimately changed back their logo because of Trump. Play that clip.
No, and I'm not giving Trump credit for this. I'm giving Fox credit. We covered this story for a week, and he watched it for a week, and then he basically, hit the winning shot. Okay, Mr. President, nice job, but come on, it was all us.
No, it's a backhanded slap on the ass of Trump to turn around to say, yeah, you hit the winning shot. Well, the winning shot is what wins the game, right? And that's exactly what Jesse Waters is doing, blowing more smoke up the president's ass. Meanwhile, he also spoke about how maybe now he has the power to change all politically corrected logos. Play that clip.
Leave it alone, or just hear what I want, my values, and have that be reflected.
If we had just put our foot down years ago, think about what we could have saved. Aunt Jemima, the Indian lady in the Land O'Lakes butter, the Redskins, the Cleveland Indians. I could go on for days. Look what they took from us, Emily. Never again. Never again. And I'm trying to think about all the things that we should have done like this years ago. If we had put our foot down in the 80s, we'd still be smoking on planes. Think about the great things we could still be doing if we had just said no, a hard no.
It's really, truly amazing. Sure, he can go on. I mean, Uncle Ben's rice. I mean, you can go on forever and ever and ever and ever. Meanwhile, is there something wrong with just being correct? Is there something wrong with not just being offensive? Aunt Jemima? Really? Now remember, this is supposed to be a news network. And Jesse the jerk-off, debated on Melania being on the cover of Vogue. Remember, again, this is supposed to be news. Play the clip.
Maximizing the viewership.
Was Jill on the cover?
Yeah. Twice, I think.
She was on the cover twice?
And then you have...
was Michelle Obama on the cover?
3 times.
3 times.
Okay.
On Vogue.
Do you think those two women are prettier than Melania Trump?
You're not going to
let's
answer
go
that.
to
Not going to answer that. Not going to answer that.
Yeah. No, do you think they're prettier?
No,
is it not about pretty? Is it about fashion? Because Melania is also more fashionable.
Right. She is. She's the most attractive first lady ever. Let's be honest. I have not seen Martha Washington. I have not seen her.
She's not your type?
The problem is when you have portraits instead of pictures,
you can't really get a good look.
Thank you.
What about Jackie O?
All right. What's your point? Why am I?
What's my point? Yeah. What's your point? You said she's going to start dating somebody.
Can I save you guys?
It's truly unbelievable. I mean, it's so hard to imagine that these guys are on television and on a news station. Meanwhile, Stephen Miller, also an idiot, right? Tried to claim that the single greatest abuse of voting is mail-in ballots. Really, Stephen? What about Texas's unlawful gerrymandering? How's that play into your playbook? Play the clip.
The single greatest abuse of voting in any democracy in the world today is the Democrat Party's policy of mass anonymous unverified mail-in ballots.
Everything about him is so wrong. First of all, from the monochromatic suit that makes him look like Dr. Evil, all the way to the statements. They are not just anonymous. He knows it's not. He's not stupid. I know Stephen Miller. He's not stupid. He's just a liar. Meanwhile, Laura Ingraham, she had to continue on that train. God forbid. Right? It's like, let's just continue with the lie, literally defending Trump's potential push for voter suppression. Play that clip.
Newsom doesn't care. So the lies, they just don't stop.
He doesn't want more people voting. He wants to suppress and chill the vote.
Wait a second. Trump's for voter suppression? There was a record turnout last election, a fact that Trump regularly celebrates. But of course, since liberals oppose voter ID and they believe that illegal aliens should be allowed to vote, to them, Trump's enforcing immigration law and requiring ID, well, I guess that is tantamount to voter suppression.
No. You know that that's not what it's about. Meanwhile, you can't stop with Fox. Fox's Trey Gowdy, you remember him, tried to slyly say that Trump has the choice on whether to run for re-election or not. We're talking about running for re-election for a third presidential term? Really? Play the clip.
I love the contrast of what Gavin Newsom stands for versus whoever comes after President Trump if he opts not to run for re-election. Again, Newsom, clearly Trump is inside Gavin Newsom's head. Now, the problem is he's rolling around and he's lonely because there's not a lot else there. Look, get over President Trump. He's got you, Gavin. Get over him.
Yeah, Jesse.
Yeah, sure he does. Right? Simply because everybody knows that Gavin is right now inside Trump's head with the trolling and so on. So what do? They try to flip the switch. They try to flip the script literally to their own base. And they sit there and they chuckle. Imagine chuckling about violating the Constitution of the United States. 2 terms. But it's funny to say if Trump decides that he is or he's not going to run. Now, meanwhile, while James Comer, well, let's just say Comer has been somewhat on the right side of history, at least as it relates to the Epstein file drama. Well, can't expect too much from him. He sunk a bit lower when rambling about people not being held accountable for their crimes. Really? You want to go there? You really want to go about people not being held accountable for crimes? You know who I'm talking about. Everybody knows who I'm talking about. Play the clip.
People aren't being held accountable for crimes, therefore, more people are committing crimes. I think.
Really? Meanwhile, finally, a Fox host literally tried to say that trans people, no, now it's all about trans people, are crazy simply because they are transgender. Play the clip.
I'm sorry. You want me to prove I'm not evil to own a gun, but I'm a bigot because I want you to prove you're not crazy because you want to change your identity. Those two things don't line up for you. I don't get that.
Okay. Let me be very clear on what this is all about. The shooter in Minneapolis is trans. But now what they've done, and I have seen a plethora of this throughout social media, making allegations that like the last 8 or 7 mass shootings are all either by people who are what's referred to as fluid gender or trans. And now they're trying to leak transgender to mass shootings. And what do? Instead of turning around and discussing what's really the root cause of this, and that's the easy access to firearms, the fact that we have the worst, most lax gun laws in the world, which of course is why we have more mass shootings than anybody else in the world. Nope. They're now going to go and they're going to blame it onto a group that is so small. In all fairness, they're basically defenseless. My friends, we are in really a crisis right now. We're in a crisis where truth doesn't matter. We're in a crisis where lies get regurgitated over and over, and not just by wackadoodles in the street or the dope that's standing on a street corner with a microphone and a sign. No, it's now being done by individuals who hold positions as moderators on news channels, laughing about violating the Constitution to have a president for more than 2 terms. And it's why I constantly say this insanity is not going to stop. And again, I'm not speaking about Trump. This is about Trumpism. This is about each one trying to become a bigger asshole than the person sitting next to them, because it's the biggest asshole that actually attracts President Trump's attention for the accolade, for the light. We have to stop this. And the only way to stop this is to ensure that we have our tripartite system of government, that we ensure that the 2026 midterm elections go the way we need them to go. Because if not, rest assured, Trump isn't leaving office. And you know what? Neither any of these representatives. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.